Hey everyone, this is Irina bringing you this week's Supply Chain Minute, and we'll be talking about holiday supplies and specifically toys. So toy manufacturers have been hit pretty hard because of all of the supply chain delays, the increased costs, the labor, the raw materials, the very long delays within shipping, and obviously as they plan, to bring in the inventory to prepare for the preschool and holiday season sales, and specifically, definitely before Christmas, they are having their own challenges. Obviously, because of all of the shipping delays and some of the larger fees that are now being implemented because of these delays by some of the ocean carriers, a lot of shippers are looking to pre-book. This is something we've discussed on this before, to pre-book freight, to pre-book space, and really sometimes to really implement that air freight into their supply chain so that they, A, plan for the cost, and then B, also just make sure that they have a contingency plan in place. We know that a lot of different companies, including a lot of toy manufacturers who are really trying to solve this problem, have gone and really diversified their supply chain in terms of who they contract for the ocean freight and for their freight period. We also know that the FMC this week actually has started to probe a little bit into all of these ongoing fees, because we know that the fees are existent, and we also know that the situation is not improving, and so they do seem to be not directly correlated there in the right direction, and so there is some oversight going on there. However, it's certainly not going to be felt or anything is going to be changed pretty shortly here. What we also know is that for now, we don't expect to see any additional increases in costs or prices for toys for Q4, so before the holiday, because we actually saw an increase in these prices in Q1 and Q2 of this year as that inflation was starting to kind of impact some of the prices that we see in the marketplace. So regardless, we do think that there's going to be a shortage of inventory this year, or it's going to be very hard to get some of the highly coveted products that kids might want. So I think that the recommendation overall is to try to shop early. We know again that the retailers and the shippers are doing planning things on the early side, and so I do think that overall the holiday planning season is starting earlier this year so as to avoid a little bit of that increased competition right at the end there. So I am really curious to understand what some of the retailers are doing in terms of planning shelving space and really to maintain the shelves full. And so we'll do a little bit of a deep dive in that as well. But I did think that this toy challenge was interesting, and I'm interested to see how you guys are applying this in your holiday planning. So we'll talk soon. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.